So today we're going to talk about the builder portal for supervisors and trades. Our central theme throughout this webinar series has been how technology is going to change the way home builders work. And today we're going to concentrate on the builder portal for supervisors and trades. So here is what we're going to show you today. Firstly, how you set up your purchasing and scheduling system to work with the builder portal. Then we're going to look at what information gets published to the portal. We're then going to have a look at the supervisor view. And finally, we're going to have a look at the view from the trades and the suppliers. I first want to, as an introductory, introduce you to BuilderMT. For those who were not at our last webinar, BuilderMT is the leader in technological solutions for the home building industry. BuilderMT originated in Australia, and the first module, purchasing, was developed for the rapidly growing builders in the building boom of the early 2000s. The power of this module enabled home builders to rapidly process purchase orders in different building areas. From here, the company was purchased by a US company who continued to develop the product, and today we have the leading product in the home building industry in the US. And as you will see, it is a completely integrated product from sales to accounts to warranty. So now I'm just going to bring up a chart of all the applications. From your estimating system, we bring in your estimate and we create purchase orders here. We then create a schedule, and from there we publish that information to the builder portal. Once the job is won, we also transfer the estimate and all the purchase order amounts through to the job costing system. We then set up a schedule for the job, which is linked to the purchasing activities. If a schedule moves out, all of the people who are attached to the schedule with all of their orders are notified so that they know they have to move their delivery dates. And once I do that, the job scheduling and purchasing information is now available on the builder portal, where supervisors can update jobs, see documents, send emails, and create VPOs. So how do we set up purchasing and scheduling for the builder portal? First, we're going to have a look at how we set up our purchasing and scheduling activities. We create our jobs, we create our orders, we create our schedules, and we set up suppliers to use on the portal. So let's take a look. I'll just give you a moment to get this screen. So here we have the purchasing activities screen. This screen sets up how we want the system to work when we bring an estimate in. So over on the left-hand side here, we have purchasing activities. These are all indexed. And so this is the way that the system is going to create purchase orders to send out to suppliers and subcontractors. As we move across the screen, you'll see various columns here. Firstly, we have the scheduling activity link. So a scheduling activity is linked to a purchasing activity, which means that the two systems work in sync. And as I said previously, if something changes on the schedule, anyone with a purchase order in the system will be notified. We then fill in some accounting information here, the job costing category, and further on the job cost code. We have the trade defined also against the purchasing activity. Over a bit further, we have the document types. These are the documents that we send to suppliers and subcontractors when we interact with them. If we send a request for quote out or if we send an order, the system will automatically go and pick the right documents to send out to the selected trades. We have here the default job cost code. So The system knows what to do with all the dollars and the orders that are placed, and it sends it over into your accounting system so that all that information is there. And further over here on the right-hand side, we have a couple of areas set up. So we have a metropolitan area here and we have a Hunter region area here. What we're able to do with the system is to nominate preferred suppliers in those areas or subcontractors. So in any particular case, you might have a different set of subcontractors that work in one of your areas compared to another area. And we can tell the system to automatically select those subcontractors when we bring an order in. So that's what's sitting behind the scenes for when we bring an estimate in. When we bring an estimate in, we're going to issue purchase orders. So here is a job that's been brought in. It's created all of these orders for us here. I've already sent these out the door. If I hadn't sent them out the door, I could make all sorts of changes to them if I wanted to. I can even add changes now and add particular things. Here's an issued summary of all the orders I've sent out the door. At any particular time, I can have a look at them, see what they look like. And all of these documents will look like this when we view them on the portal too later on. So here's a typical order here that goes out the door. So I'm just going to jump out of here now for a minute, and I just want to go into the job setup. So when we create the job, we'll come in here and we'll put some information against it. Firstly, we'll put the site contacts there, who the supervisor is. We may want a project manager in there, a supervisor, and so on. We also attach documents that are unique to this job. So here I have a number of documents, plans. I can put any sort of document in here. And as we saw in previous screens, the system will know what to do with these documents when we liaise with suppliers and subcontractors. And lastly, what we do is we set up a schedule. So here's a schedule for this job. These schedules can start from deposit received and work right through your pre-construction cycle, in your sales cycle, in your color selection, and all those sorts of things. And then pick up the construction schedule. It's further down here. So we set the dates, it knows what to do. These schedules are created from templates, and we can have as many templates as we like. And we simply apply the template to the job, give it a start date, and it'll go through and work it all out for us. You can look at this in a Gantt view as well, which looks like this. And it will tell you what's on time. The spots at the activities in red are late, and we can do various things with the schedule. We can update the schedule and go into the items and so on. So this is what we do in the office. Typically in production, we bring the estimate through, we create all the orders, we create the schedule that matches it, and you'll notice here too that the suppliers are also tagged against the scheduling activities, and we're all set to go. So last thing I want to show you on this is what we do with suppliers. So traditionally over the years, the way we've communicated with suppliers is we send them emails, or we print, or we fax. So now we've got more options. Rather than us pushing all the information out through the email system, we can send it up to the trade portal, or we could send it to the trade portal and send them an email. So if they're a trade portal supplier, they're able to log on to the builder portal as a trade and see all their information there instead of us sending it out the door. Then you can have any combination you want here. you know, I'm told that a lot of the subcontractors only still have fax machines and don't get emails. That's okay as well. But for those people who want to use the technology, they can. So that's the last thing we need to do. Just set it up so we're ready to go. Okay, so we've had a quick look at how we do the setup. Now we're going to bring it all together and have a look at the trade portal, the builder portal. Here we're able to, for supervisors, we'll look at that first. We're able to view purchase orders, place variation purchase orders, update the job schedule, communicate with the suppliers, and view plans and documents. We can also approve payments, which I'll talk to you about. The system can be set up so that if a purchase order is finished and fulfilled, we can automatically tick it for approval, and we can bring it right through the system, create a reciprocal tax invoice, and post it into payables. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. So the builder portal, let's take a look. So here we have the builder portal. This is a web-based application that is available for the supervisors and the trades. There's two sides of the builder portal. There's the supervisor side, which is internal, if you like, and then there's the trades, the suppliers and the subcontractor sides. And we publish what we want them to see, basically. So here I am. Here, this is called a dashboard. I can have different views on the dashboard if I want. This is a view with the schedules of all my jobs. I'm the supervisor here. I have an inbox, which is very much like a normal email system, so that I can send emails out, I can receive emails from suppliers, I can attach documents to my emails when I send them, and this will keep track of everything that I do in there. And I've already got some things that I've been working on here, some plans and some other bits and pieces, and some notes and some notifications. I'm just going to jump back out of there and go back to the dashboard for a minute. So there's different navigation. There's quite a few different ways to get in and get around the system. You can either go from the menu here, which gives you all these different things, and most of these we're going to have a look at today, or you can go from the dashboard and click into functions from there. So here I am, here are all my jobs. Let's go and have a look at the schedule for this job. And this is the same job we were just looking at in the in-house version. So here's my schedule here. Again, I have, this is the list view here. I also have the Gantt view here, which is the same as what we saw in the office before with all my bits and pieces. I'll go back to my list view, and here I have all my activities, and there's all sorts of things that I can do on the activities. So I could go, let's pick one of these, I can go into the activity and view it. And this will call up all the information on that activity. I could change the dates, I can move them around. I'm 1 day behind here, so see. I can look at predecessors. I can put any notes I want to on this particular activity. I can put reminders in here, and there's already a reminder there, and that will automatically pop up for me. I can also use checklists. I don't have a checklist on here, but what you can do with a checklist is for any trade or any scheduling activity, you can put a list together of tasks that need to be completed by that trade so that the activity is complete. So it could be a carpenter, and there might be 7 different things that you want to get them to do before you complete the PO. Other things we can do here, we can get the supplier info. So I can just click on here, I can get the email or the mobile phone number or whatever I need to deal with with the subcontractor. I can also view the purchase order, the same purchase order that I saw when I was in the office. Again, I can bring that up and I can view that as well. Here we go. Here's our purchase order. If I wanted to have a look at it and just to see what items were on it and what information was on it, I can bring that straight up. Other things I can do, I can create a VPO, sometimes called an ETS or extra to site order or a variation purchase order. So this knows all of the information about the supplier, about the about what I was ordered and what I was doing. And I can come here and I can just add some additional stuff. This saves someone ringing in the office or ringing the supplier and so on. Whenever I do this, I need a variance code because I'm going above the amount that was originally ordered. So I fill all the information in. It knows who to send it to here. I can add an item and it will go and find those items for me. This is concrete. It knows the price of the concrete. I can say I need an extra cubic meter here, which I will do. And it will go and fill all the lines in for me. I could also do one-time items. So one-time item is, it might be something unusual, or I might want to just add some additional labour or something like that. And I can do that as well. Then I can go and create this and then send it off through the portal to the supplier. So it's a very powerful feature. A lot of people tell us that it is very difficult to keep track of extra site orders. Lots of times they're sitting in notebooks or in paper books with order numbers written on them. This will save all of those issues. There are a few different ways to do VPOs. There is a limit. You can set limits on the amount of money that a supervisor can spend on a job. It might be a over limit of $300 or $500, and then what the system will do is automatically send that back to a construction manager or someone who has the authority to approve the order. So there's various ways you can do it, and that can be multiple levels also if you want to do it. The other thing I can do here is a compose a message. As you saw before, I might want to just do a quick note to send it out to the supplier and say, yeah, it's been delayed a day, and so on and so forth. So those are the things that I can do directly from the scheduling item. So I'm just going to go back now to the menu, and we can look at other things. Generally speaking, another way that you can have this set up is for it to automatically go to the daily tasks that the supervisor has to do for today. So it will list all the jobs and all the activities in chronological order that he needs to do. Looks very similar, but it's arranged by daily order rather than by job. We can look at job information. We can look at supplier schedules. We can look at the job schedule, which you just saw. We also do multi-unit scheduling. And multi-unit scheduling is where you might have many jobs in one particular building area. You might be building 4 houses in a street or 7 in an area. And what you can do is set them up in a multi-unit schedule, so you can look at how they're all tracking in one hit. You can look at your purchase orders as well. You can also look at what payments have been made to a supplier. You can look at how to approve payments. So what we do here is, I might just quickly bring this up and show you. So this is another way that the new technology is going to change the way that we work. So here we have a whole lot of purchase orders here, and I can come through and if I tick these boxes as completed, what it will do is it can automatically create an invoice, and that invoice can be sent through to the accounting department as approved and post through into your accounts payable, ready for payment, which is a real time saver. And I think we're going to see more and more of that. The home building industry is ideal for it because many times a supplier quotes or a subcontractor quotes a certain amount of money, they complete the job. There may not be a variation. If there's no variation, we can tick the box and it will flow right through the system to come through the other side. We also have a whole lot of reports here as well. There's many different reports you can look at about the tasks that are complete, tasks that are not complete. By supervisor, if you've got multiple supervisors there, you can look at how they're tracking on jobs. You can quickly go in there and see what's not been done for the last week, what's been put back, and so on and so forth. There's lots and lots of these reports here, and we can write reports to put them on the system to suit. So I'll go back to the dashboard here just quickly. So that's pretty much the builder portal for the supervisor. Lots of things that can be done with it, lots of ways to use it, very functional in the field, and very easy to use. It can be used on any device which has web capability. It can be used on a phone. It can be used on a tablet, an iPad, etc., or a PC. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to log on as a supplier and show you what the supplier looks like. Okay, so let's log on as you. Okay, so now this is a little bit different view because we're logged on as the supplier. So you can see here over on the left-hand side, anything that's new or changed by way of what we've sent this supplier will sit up here, and he can have a quick look as soon as he logs in here. So he can look at his purchase order. These are all the purchase orders that we have out there for this supplier. He can look at notifications in here, anything that's changed on a job or anything that's moved. Quick look in here. So here we have particular jobs, particular sites, particular activities, projected dates to start and dates to finish. Let's just go back there. He also has new bids. So one of the things that you can do with the builder portal is you can send requests for quotes out, and rather than sending them out of your purchasing system, you can send them out and put them on the portal. The supplier will be notified via an email that there is a new request for quote or bid request out there, and they can go and view that. They can look at what's in the quote. This one's a detailed quote with all sorts of concrete stuff in it. It could be a one-line, a lump sum, or it could be a very detailed one there. They can actually even come in here and they can click on it and they can put their pricing in here, go through, insert all their pricing into the bid, save it and submit the bid, and the bid will turn up in the bid requests in the purchasing system already done for you. So fantastic function that enables you to be in control of your bids and to take a lot of the hack work out of it, because the suppliers and the subcontractors will bring them down. There's also any documents that go with that. There's none on this one, but any plans will go out the door. They can also put questions and answers in here as well that they want to ask about this particular bid. They can put a Q&A in there, get answers back, put new questions in there, and so on. So a very powerful feature. I've also got details of anything that needs to be rebid or denied or accepted, and exactly where I'm at with my request for quotes that I'm providing back to the home builder. You'll also see down here too insurance details. So in red there, this particular supplier's insurance says expired on the 1st of August, so they need to do something about it. So that will always be published. That comes right through the system, from the accounts payable system through the purchasing system and out to the portal, so that there's a check on the insurances all the time. We'll just go back to the dashboard again. And just like the supervisor, the supplier has an inbox, the same functionality. He's got an inbox here. We've given him some VPOs of recent times. He's got some notes on that. He's got sent items here, so he can come back and communicate with us, and everything that he needs. So that's what the trades see when they come into the builder portal, and they can communicate and do everything they need to from there. So I'm going to jump out of there now and go back to our PowerPoint. Just to summarise that, the trades can view purchase orders, they can download and upload requests for quotes and drawings, they can see all their job schedules, they can collaborate with supervisors, and they can view plans and documents. So that's pretty much the end of our presentation today. I just want to summarise what we've talked about. We showed you how to set up purchasing and scheduling for use with the builder portal, what information gets published out to the portal. We had a look at the supervisor portal on what they can come in and do, and also we had a look at what the trades see when they come in. The builder portal saves a lot of time and money. Namely, schedules are updated instantly, VPOs you can do straight away without the supervisors having to ring up the office. Supervisors do not need to drive into the office and they can be on site running the jobs, and that's what we want them to do. And most importantly, if we have a problem on a job, we will know straight away. And supervisors and suppliers can work together. So now I want to throw it up for questions. If there's anyone who'd like to ask anything about what they've seen today, please come forward.